Let's soften the blow a little bit first with a nice Sleepy's mattress. And let's just talk about how amazing Kaido has been for a few minutes. For all of the training that Luffy did with his Rio Haki, Kaido's damage threshold was so high, or his HP bar was so long, 15 different bars, he was able to bounce back from everything Luffy could do. This dude Kaido even took Law's Gamma Knife, and took Killer Scyther Sonic, and took Kid's Super Mario Slam, like whatever, and this man was marching through all the same. When you think about this dude beforehand fighting against the Scabbards, think about what he's going through now with Luffy. This man took the Overcon gun and muscled through. Kaido has taken, I think it's very safe to say, he has taken the most damage out of any One Piece character in the verse by far, and he is still kicking booty. Kaido's insane. This man Kaido himself can destroy mountains and islands with his blast breath. That one blast breath in 1045? That point blank shot? No, that is a absolutely gargantuan blast breath that would cover the vast majority, if not the entirety of Onigashima in a single blast breath. Then the man himself has insane speed, like 1001, when he is doing the Thunder Bagua, and Luffy, while using Future Sight, could barely dodge that Thunder Bagua. Kaido himself pulled out the Future Sight and was dodging Luffy's Gear 4 Snake Man. He was timing that in his thieving drunk form. It's kind of crazy considering how big Kaido is, how fast he can move while he's interchanging between these crazy hybrid forms. The man has phenomenal raw strength, on top of his already insane durability and endurance. He has lightning attacks, he has fire attacks, he has wind attacks. The man has it all. Kaido truly has been extraordinary in this arc. Extraordinary. So what if I told you, given all of these extraordinary feats and things that Kaido has done over the past like 40 chapters, 45 chapters, what if I told you that Kaido is ultimately the weakest Yonko that Luffy will face in One Piece?
That is crazy.
That's a mighty big pill to swallow. That's a horse pill. It's like you're trying to swallow a freaking avocado seed straight up. Woo, that's crazy. And I can understand why. Because given what we've seen so far, given the lore, Kaido being the weakest Yonko that Monkey D will ever face in the series doesn't really make much sense. So let me explain in full detail, because obviously what I mean here is for the future after this arc is over, for like the next hurdles of Yonko. Because right now, I believe that Kaido is actually pretty damn powerful. I think he's number 2 in the verse at this point in time. And I would say for sure in the past, the weakest Yonko in the pre-time skip was Whitebeard, without a doubt. After seeing Big Mom and Kaido, yeah, without a doubt, he is the weakest Yonko. But I digress. Here's the first point I have to say, and I'm pretty sure you already know exactly what I'm gonna say. Number 1, Shanks exist. I said on those giant Super Mario blocks. Yes, Shanks exist. And you people by now should know my stance on Shanks. But if you don't, in case you don't know, Shanks to me is the modern version of Gold D. Roger, meaning that under the sun, in the world of One Piece, there is no equal to that of red hair Shanks. That is my personal stance. I could be wrong, but given the hype, given the lore, given Kaido's own top 5, in the last chapter, Kaido himself talking about how Haki can surpass all, I'm willing to bet that part of that is because this man Shanks was a little bit OD when he pulled on up and actually shut down Yonko Kaido from going to Marineford before arriving himself to stop the war. That being said, I put Shanks at the numero uno because his portrayal is just too damn high. But moving away from Shanks, I gotta focus on Blackbeard and then Big Mom. So Blackbeard, I think, by the time he does fight against Luffy, will be stronger than any other character in the series outside of potentially Shanks and potentially big maybe, who knows, it's possible, but I'm not too sure, of course, Emu. And that's it. In my mind, for Blackbeard, the real question isn't if he'll be that strong, but it's how he'll be that strong. Like, what exactly would he have to actually make him that powerful to where he's like in the top 3 guaranteed of the verse at that point in time? And surprisingly, there's actually a lot more options than you would first think. Number 1, of course, being Haki. Blackbeard himself did actually send Luffy's Haki way back when and impelled down. So when you think about his powers, you have two top class Devil powers. Whitebeard's power, which is legendary in terms of what it can destroy and its raw power. And then the Yami fruit, which is the most like devastating Logi ability that can even shut down other different powers itself. Yeah, if you combine those 2 powers with some pretty damn good Haki, then that is a good way for Blackbeard to be one of the top 3 guys in the verse without a doubt. If BB has Conqueror's Haki infusion on top of, let's say, a Gura no Mi punch, oh, that's a lot of damage. And no flex tape can fix that, especially if he does a Kurozu to drag you in to that Gura Conqueror's Haki infused punch. Yeah. So Haki plus those 2 powers is very scary. But a lot of folks want Blackbeard to have not 2 powers, 3 abilities. So a 3rd Devil Fruit, whether he actually gets it or already has it, i.e. the Cerberus ability that folks want to say he has, potentially. If that's Blackbeard, he has 3 Devil powers. 1 Logia, 1 Paramecia, and 1 Zoan. Ooh, yeah. Yeah, all he has to do is master those fruits, and then God forbid if he can have his Gura and his Yami awaken. If they have, he'd have a Paramecia, a Logia, and a Zoan awakening. All 3 awakenings? No. If he ever gets to that stage, then he is absolutely top 1 the verse. But then also another idea here would be the idea of somehow, some way, Rox D. Sebek is actually inhabiting Blackbeard's body, because we still don't know what exactly makes Blackbeard atypical. There's a lot of theories out there that Sebek is actually taking over Blackbeard's body whenever it's nighttime or it's daytime, something like that. So Blackbeard himself, he's aight, but Sebek, when he pulls up, he is otherworldly when it comes to power. He is too damn studly. I do have Sebek in my top 5 of all time over Kaido. I definitely do. So if Sebek pulls up with otherworldly powers inside of Blackbeard's body, who already has 2 different powers, then yeah, fine. Blackbeard, I think, at that point in time, will be stronger for sure than Kaido. So it makes sense, ultimately speaking, for Blackbeard to be stronger than Kaido, because Blackbeard is actually a good pick for the final villain of the entire series. But I think a lot of folks already understand this, where the final villain of the series probably has to be stronger than someone like Kaido. Makes a lot of sense. But Big Mom, though, that's an interesting one. Honest to God, it is. Because after seeing the Big Mom versus Law fight featuring Kid, aka Mid, I think most folks are pretty convinced now that she's not done. There's a good chance that Big Mom is going to pull a Lord of the Rings trilogy. Now you may say, oh, the title card, there was a title card for Luffy versus Kaido on the rooftop, and Luffy lost, and then Luffy has now come back as a god. So let's not, oh my god, title card. We know that Big Mom still has plenty of gas in the tank. But to be fair, to be very fair, right now, Big Mom, I think, is a hair under Kaido, just a hair under Kaido when it comes to overall combat ability and power. That's for right now. I think in the future, Big Mom will get stronger. That's the key thing here. I think that Big Mom now versus Big Mom in the next arc or the arc after that arc will be stronger 100%. And I think the main reason why is because of what happens in Wano Country. The events of Wano Country, let's assume that the raid doesn't fail, okay? Let's assume that we actually do defeat Kaido, and let's say Kaido's actually killed here. Then I think Big Mom would be so motivated to actually start honing her skills, because at this point in time, she would earnestly take Luffy seriously, and she does have a strong bond with Kaido, given their time on the Rock Pirate crew, and so on and so forth. Because we see here, in 1041, he's drunk, true, but he's also crying, thinking about the past and their oath, that kind of stuff. And even though Big Mom early in the arc was eyeing those poneglyphs like a fat man eyeing Twinkies, which I know, as a fat man, I know what it's like to eye a Twinkie, and how if you eye a Twinkie and someone's eyeing you eyeing a Twinkie, woo, that doesn't look good. But even still, she would care about Kaido enough to be so motivated and probably crying and devastated, she would actually acknowledge Luffy, genuinely so, as someone to be on their level. Because going into Wano Country, we saw shots of the Yonko, and no Yonko, except for like Shanks, accepted Luffy to be on that level, despite Morgan's words in the papers. Because who cares what a giant chicken has to say? He's ultimately a snack for some Sea King somewhere. However, after Luffy beats Kaido, that changes the game entirely. So Big Mom now pulls up with a whole different class of energy in the future. And this idea is actually elevated to a whole new level if we do not get a Rocks Pirate flashback with Kaido now in Wano Country. Because if we don't have that Rocks Pirate stuff now with Kaido, then there's a good chance that we get it later on with Big Mom. I mean, Big Mom was the one that gave Kaido his devil fruit. So Big Mom could be the catalyst for Rocks Pirate flashbacks to understand more about Kaido and Big Mom's history in the past. I actually talked about this in a video I did recently about Kaido's awakening. So the idea is that Big Mom, once again, would get stronger with the intent of treating Luffy like a genuine equal and also avenging her longtime, quote, friend after his death/defeat. And then Oda, at this point in time, would finally remove Big Mom's restraints, okay? She was wearing Bui's armor from Yu Yu Hakusho, and now it's finally coming off. And Big Mom will be allowed to do certain things that she couldn't do before. So for example, obviously, the main example actually, Conqueror's Haki Infusion. Didn't use that not a single time against Law and Kid when they fought, even though she used it against Page of all people on the island. It's Page 1 who gets Mother Mode, and then Law and Kid get nothing when it comes to Conqueror's Haki Infusion. Not a single thing. No. That's ridiculous. Especially after Kaido big ups Haki in the last chapter, and then Big Mom, who has this apex skill, doesn't. No? Okay, no. That's because Oda has had the armor on her to restrain her. Also, we did see in the latter half of the Whole Cake Island arc, Big Mom in a skinnier form, and Big Mom was quite agile, quite nimble. So imagine we have that Big Mom plus Conqueror's Haki infusion-based attacks on her Elbaf Spear, on her Konnek, and so on and so forth, plus maintaining her actual natural durability, plus Hera, who is over Zeus, because Hera does have better combos with Prometheus and Napoleon, because those two are OnlyFans simps. Then Big Mom is coming out extremely, extraordinarily scary. Like you're in a Jason Voorhees movie and you know what's going on from the jump. No. That's the kind of energy Big Mom would come out with later on in the series, whether it's gonna be Elbaf or Whole Cake Island Part 2, whatever it's gonna be. At the end of the damn day, Luffy made a lot of promises to a lot of people about himself and Big Mom, and it's time we uphold said promises, because clearly Kid and Law couldn't get the job done. And clearly these nukes, if they ain't killing Pell, they're not killing Big Mom. It's that simple. So this would be a very nice second or third Yonko fight for Luffy, especially since Luffy has a lot to master when it comes to a Gear 5. And there is, very important here, there is no guarantee that Shanks and Luffy are going to have a drop-dead knockout life and death fight. And like I mentioned before with Blackbeard, it tends to be the shonen trope of the further along you go in the series, the stronger the villains have to become. And One Piece in many ways is no exception to that rule. So even though Kaido has gone through a lot and had to fight against so many different people before even touching a hair on Luffy's head, but now in this hypothetical of mine, Big Mom would also get stronger because of the events in Wano country, and she has even more motivational reasons to take down Luffy, not just as some upstart brat, but as the person who took down an old friend and someone she truly respected. And on a side note, this could lead to some very good character stuff for Big Mom in the future. So yes, Kaido is stronger now than Big Mom by a hair, I'd argue. But in the future, what Taekwon said years ago about Big Mom being the strongest Yonko,